Alright, so this is it. Here we are at GhostRobo's Game of the Year Countdown 2010, and to kick things off, we've got a game that was mired in chaos for quite some time, but no amount of confusion can deny the incredible joy and fun that it is to play NBA Jam. And it's an upgrade for sure. I mean, the graphics look really great. The lifelike little faces that they put on everybody are fantastic. I love the mascot modes, all the little extra bits of fun. And when you see something like this, you just can't help but remember how much fun NBA Jam used to be. And it's like that whole multiplayer, sitting on the couch next to somebody, that whole competitive nature that really fuels my love for NBA Jam. And they've added a whole single-player career that I'm not such a fan of. You know, there's some interesting modes that function more as mini games than anything else, but they all kind of fell flat for me, and I didn't really enjoy playing the single player. I was just much more interested in getting back to playing against somebody sitting next to me and swearing and cussing them out and yelling and screaming and having a great time, because the core gameplay of NBA Jam is probably my favorite sports title of all time. You know, I really like Madden Arcade on XBLA, and NHL Arcade is pretty fun as well. You know, when you're not feeling like that simulation, sit down and play Madden for 45 minutes, it's cool just to have this arcade experience, especially like in between rounds of Call of Duty, or in between games. It's a great pick up and play, that nice 15-minute filler. And some people may say, hey, $50 is a lot for a 15-minute filler. And then you'll hear some people say, but they have boss battles this time, and let me tell you, the boss battles are really rotten. Karl Malone, you know, he's a guy that comes and does that to you, torpedoing you onto the other side of the court, and it's not a lot of fun. It's kind of a lot of trial and error, guess and check. And so, I get out of those boss battles and just get back to this main team-choosing screen here, and you've got all the modern teams, as well as some classic players, as well as Shaq. And that's how this game shines. You just sit down, pick your two teams, and go to town, bombing away threes from 30 feet behind the arc, and it's awesome. And if I sound like I don't really enjoy the new parts of the game, it's because I don't. And they've got a lot of extra touches, like this horrible-looking retro graphic mode. I don't really remember NBA Jam ever looking this atrocious. But hey, it's an extra little mode to make it fun, and that's kind of what the game is all about, having fun and sharing that fun with somebody else. And to me, that's a standout game in a year of huge open world single player games, something that you can sit down next to a friend or a family member and cuss their head off until you beat them. Or you can play a civilized game. I mean, it's really your call. I enjoy it both ways. And I think a lot of people will like it both ways, because it's a very simple basketball and very simple sports game in general to understand. If you don't know all the rules or little intricacies of play calling, it doesn't matter here. You can just press shove and you shove your guy over. You can press shoot and you shoot. Very simple. Basically boils down to about 2 buttons. If you want to add in turbo, sure, you got 3. But anybody can enjoy NBA Jam. And again, that's another reason why this rose above the 100 or so other games that I played this year. But I know that's not going to be enough convincing for some of you. I know that some of you are going to still be asking, so GhostRobo, how come you didn't pick a different game? Well, let me tell you, the game that was closest to NBA Jam for a top 10 Game of the Year spot was FIFA 11, and I absolutely adore FIFA 11, but it's kind of just a minor improvement over FIFA 10 and FIFA 10 World Cup South Africa Edition, or FIFA 10 South Africa World Cup Edition 2010, whatever the heck that game was called. And you got all the extra teams, and I love being Real Madrid and streaking down the sidelines as Cristiano Ronaldo, but it just doesn't compare to this. If that didn't make you a believer in NBA Jam, I don't really know what more there is to say. The game sits atop my Game of the Year list because it is the best and most fun local multiplayer experience I've had in 2010. And it harkens back to a time when side-by-side gaming was cool, and that's something I've really missed in the days of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. It's just that true experience of being in the same room as your friend and playing games and having a great time, and NBA Jam brings that back. And I do really feel like NBA Jam transcends the casual hardcore market and creates a basketball game that can be enjoyed by anyone. I mean, who doesn't like blocking guys, jumping 50 feet in the air, crazy dunks, knocking dudes over, shoving them, throwing your elbows, pressing turbo, catching on fire? I mean, to me, those sound like the ingredients for a really great game, and that's what Jam is. So let's recap here. NBA Jam has an awesome graphical style, its multiplayer is as fun as ever, and even though the extra modes are kind of lame, I've got to give my number 10 Game of the Year 2010 award to NBA Jam.